Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Carrie and Jeannine here at the Passionate Home in downtown Langley, and we are so excited to have you here for really the last Friday video
Yeah, before the holidays.
of the year.
That's true. Yeah.
That's it.
Melody and Candy Lee are on.
Oh, good morning,
Mama Bear.
everyone.
Lots of
Yay,
people,
thanks.
lots of waves.
Yeah, say somebody's watching us. Just kidding. So we are excited to have you here because, as we mentioned last week, we're going to show you some projects that you can do as crafts or gifts
Right.
before the holidays. And we're going to share things that you can do with anti-slip chalk paint, iron orchid designs, thrift store finds, things you might have already around the house. And so we're going to give you lots and lots of ideas, and maybe you want a pen and paper to write these down, and hopefully you'll be inspired to try something yourself. Sound good?
Yeah.
But I think we should start with
Right. Our Secret Santa. So this time it's from Instagram. So Bridget will message you. You're going to be winning what's in here.
So every week we've been giving away a Secret Santa box to thank you guys for watching. We've asked questions every week and really enjoyed reading your answers. And so Bridget, we will call you and you can come and get what's inside our Secret Santa. This is also our last Secret Santa box.
Yeah.
As it will be Christmas in a couple of days. And who knows what we'll do next year.
Right.
Okay.
Candy Lee says, I love my birthday present. Thanks for wrapping it for Lanson. And we got an interesting, lots of hearts,
Yay,
lots of people watching today.
Yay.
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna put that there. What else? Was there something else we wanted to? Oh, we will, however, even though that's our last Secret Santa box, we want to give away. We just given away stuff this year.
You get a, not a car.
I'm not gonna say a car because I'm gonna be held for it. But Wendy's Whimsies, we sell all her homemade creations, and she has lovingly donated this lovely snowman.
He's Will You Be My Neighbor?
Aw.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
So everyone who comes in and shops local here at the store and makes any purchase whatsoever, you're going to enter to win our little neighbor Santa.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Well, and snowman last even past Christmas, so that's really cool that it's a snowman this year, right? All the
yeah.
way into January we have snow.
Right. Yeah. Winter. I think most of our snow
Yeah.
probably will come in February.
So while we're just waiting, I want to let's just get on with it here.
Okay.
Joanne is one of our customers, and she did a craft. She has the Christmas village, all the little towns. I don't know if I showed you the pictures, but she's got
No.
about 5 or 6 little who has a Christmas village? I mean, I used to have one. Lots of people have them, and she painted them all with old white. So it brought the whole little story together, and then she's got snow, and later today I will post a picture, so
Yeah.
be sure to watch for that. So it's a great way to take something that, like, now that my kids aren't home, I don't take it out of the box anymore and set it up.
Oh, really?
I know. Do you?
Well, my kids are still home. And I'll tell you a story about that later because they're not going to be for long. Anyway.
So if you have a Christmas village and you want to kind of update it or bring it into your color story that you're telling for the holiday, you can just paint it with some anti-slip chalk paint because that stuff sticks to everything. So why don't you start us off, Jeannine, with something that you've done at your house?
I brought in a few things that I had out this year. So this is just a silver metal tray. I didn't really love the way it was patinaing, so I painted the whole thing. Did my little Christmas stencil, but Lori also did one where you can still see some of the silver, and I really like this too. So you can use the chalk paint as like a chalkboard. I think this is actually stenciled on here with the gold gilding, right?
I love that, laughing
Right?
all the way.
Laughing all
So
the way.
beautiful.
You can write any message, so if you did use it as a chalkboard, just use your chalk and you can change the message every season. But I love that as well.
So these are just like thrift store find silver trays. Maybe you already have one at home. There was no sanding or priming, right?
No.
She just painted. How many coats of white did you do?
Well, the white probably too. I put it on quite thick. It's got some texture.
And then you could stencil on there again with the chalk paint, or you could use a sticker. Right.
Or if you're like Lori, she's saying that she actually hand wrote that one.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
she
I
did.
know.
Of
Shut
course she
up. She's amazing.
did. Beautiful writing. Any of the chalkboards in here that you see that look really pretty are her.
That's right.
So these are great to do for yourself for a gift. You could do this not even just at Christmas, but anytime for yourself or a gift, as I said. And it's also a great way for people who don't want to be polishing their silver all the time. And maybe it belongs to grandma. You could still keep it, right?
Yeah.
In the family.
It makes it a little more modern. Like if you didn't put the stencil on and it's just white and you had a whole bunch of white, right? It's kind of modern. With the
Beautiful.
You could do a whole collection of them and hang them on the wall.
Yeah,
You've
so
seen that,
pretty.
almost like the plate idea. But has anybody else painted silver trays before?
Well, maybe not, but Chew on this tasty tour says, I'm going to be thrifting for silver trays.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Okay.
While you're there, look at the box. Okay, can you see this?
You want to pull it over a little bit?
So
This is incredible.
I just got this big old silver pot at the thrift store. It has a lid. Sometimes I use it with a lid, sometimes not. But you just put a Christmas tree in there. I honestly, I did it like 3 years ago, and I couldn't wait for it to dry and cure and everything. And I stuck it outside in the rain, like it got a little bit of splashback, and it's perfect, you guys.
Did you wax it or anything?
No, nothing.
So that's another benefit of anti-slum chalk paint is once it cures, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's on there.
But I've never seen this, and Jeannine brought it this morning. I'm like, that's my spaghetti pot.
I think it's so cute.
Right? Well, I think it looks amazing. Does anybody else think that's amazing?
It's pretty amazing.
Do you see a theme at Jannine's home?
I know. Here's another one I stenciled. So this is a shingle. Carrie, I think, brought these in.
Yeah.
And you could just use a little stencil in there, and it looks really rustic. Do a couple of color layers. I actually think this is a bit of bleed through, but you know what? I think it looks
beautiful.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this being a shingle, it's recycled. We just got a bundle of shingles from Home Depot, honestly. But this makes a good housewarming gift too, because you could put an initial, like if you're moving into a new home, you would put F for your last name or whatever it starts with. For me, it would be a T, and it's like hang your shingle. Yeah. We're so full of ideas.
Right.
Yeah. This is a little project that Lori whipped up last night with my ideas, but thank you, Lori. So again, you can get these clear containers at the dollar store, right?
Yeah, the dollar store.
At the thrift store. You may have one at home. And all these little things are, well, from the dollar store.
This is our ornament. There's a little deer ornament in there. I don't know if you can see really closely. And she's put little snow on here with the chalk paint, so just dab little dots. So pretty.
But that's a lovely gift to give a neighbor or something. And this is a fun project you can do with your kids as well.
Totally
right?
cute. Yeah.
Yeah, so cute.
Because anti-slum chalk paint also sticks to glass. So there's a couple things let's just talk about glass here.
Speaking of kids, Brianna Clay is on. She says hi. Huh.
So for some of us who've been at home during COVID and maybe drinking a little more than necessary, there are some beautiful bottles, no doubt, in your recycle bin. And we would like you to pull those out and clean them up and give them a coat of chalk paint. So these are just 3 wine bottles, I believe you did, Candace?
I did, yeah.
But I'm sure you didn't drink
No.
But again, bringing them together by the same color.
Right.
And then how did you do this? These are...
It's just a stencil, and then I put, instead of painting it, oh no, it was a sticker stencil, and I pulled it off, and then put glue, sparkle glue behind it.
And
so it's actually the wine.
decorated the little top. And if you don't have little glitter like this, you could use twine if you have that at home.
Yeah.
And you could use this for a few sprigs of holly or a candle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
so pretty.
So, and really, again, because it sticks to glass, you could do it on pickle jars. Like, go, honestly, look in your recycling and make something beautiful, right?
I think I could spell out Merry Christmas from my recycle.
Well,
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all of the above.
Bottles all on your mantle painted.
Your hubby's watching, Janine.
He
Uh-oh.
knows it's true that I have a few bottles.
Nadine says happy Friday, everyone.
Who's that?
Nadine.
Yay! Happy Friday!
Okay, I can't wait to share this. This is Candace's project. Oh my goodness. She's done this rolling pin. I don't know. You
Dollar store?
These up at the dollar store. Covered it with chalk paint and some beautiful distressing. And then she's put the Iron Orchid transfers on here. And you coated it with lacquer, right?
I lacquered
Nice
it so that
lacquer.
it's food safe and can be used.
So beautiful. I don't think I would use
And it's just, you know what, it's just little scraps that I had left over from a project I had done. So
Well, you know what? Iron Orchid. So Iron Orchid makes these image transfers. Has anybody used them before? The image transfers? Let us know if you have. They come in these big, beautiful tins.
I'm gonna
They
share.
stick to almost anything. Like, look at this old window, right?
Yeah.
So it's sticking to glass here. So it can go on the front of a dresser. It can go on, I mean, this is a work of art. And literally, this is the picture that comes in a roll. You open it up. So lots of people ask me, what does that look like in there? It doesn't look like
So this is hardly any of this transfer that you're showing, right? Like it might be a third of it, and then you've cut the little pieces and used them on something else.
Yeah.
So basically it comes kind of like this. You can use it as a picture or cut out what you need.
We can't
Oh.
see it.
Oh,
There you go.
right.
Thanks.
Like this. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
beautiful.
you put it on and rub it and peel it off and voila.
Voila, it's just that easy.
It's just that
So
easy.
pretty.
I hope it. I feel like we're getting so many different ideas. And
We are.
has anybody tried the Iron Orchid designs before? Has anybody said anything?
Not yet, but lots of people are waving. Michelle,
Yay.
Flower Top, Shannon, Amanda, so many.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
lots,
really wonderful.
lots.
Can I share my gift?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
so-
want to share your gift?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Josh is watching. That is my son. He's 24. So, oh my gosh, him and his girlfriend are buying a house with her parents, and they're moving out in February. So I've been buying all kinds of things for their new home and stuff. But he's a self-proclaimed nerd. So I'm like, can I like make you a beautiful sign, says something about family and love and for your house? And he's like, makes this terrible face, and he's like, no, Mom, no. So my compromise is, you know, he loves Star Wars. So apparently Princess Leia says, I love you to Han Solo. And he says, I know. So I'm going to make I love you from Princess Leia, and then I know from Han Solo. And this, I think, is enough pretty for me when I go over there to see these beautiful pillows. And
So are you going to show us how that works?
Sure. So
Do you have the
Candace,
paint here?
yep. Candace just whipped up these stencils for me yesterday
I'll
because,
move this
you
out of
know.
the way.
Because I love you.
So this is a pillowcase. It's just fabric. You
Mhm.
can paint almost any fabric with anti-sewn chalk paint. If you've been to the store, you've seen us paint couches and chairs. But this is a really great, simple little custom project you can do with a tea towel. Candace used to teach this class. Here, I'm holding this.
Right.
today. Let me put this down.
So I'm just kind of swirling. Yesterday I was doing this and Candace is like, no, don't do that. She's like, swirl with barely any paint on my stencil brush. And just get it on there. And I taped out because it's white on white and I don't want to somehow get my pillow all messy. So I can kind of see where I'm covered. And then yeah, I've got a little bit of my graphite paint in here. I'm just swirling it in the bottom so I don't overload my brush. And just swirl away.
So that is
Clever mom workaround. Something pretty, but still for them.
Right?
Brilliant comment.
Yeah.
So some tips when you're stenciling is really don't load your brush.
Yeah.
Because you don't want the paint to ooze underneath your,
no.
because then it doesn't make a very nice finish.
Yeah.
So Jeannine, when you're finished this,
Yeah.
are you done? Like what is the next step after you paint
The
it?
only thing I have to do is either iron it so it sets it, or throw it in the dryer for, what, 20 minutes or something?
On
when,
high.
when the paint is dry.
Yeah.
Throw it in, and that heat sets it, and it's washable, you guys. So,
Yeah, so that's a common question we get.
Yeah.
Can you wash it afterwards, right?
yeah.
This is just a tea towel, again stenciled. And if you don't have a stencil, I mean, you could make stencils. You could print. Let's say you wanted to make a monogrammed towel for your neighbor. You could print it off the computer onto a piece of paper, the letter that you like,
Yeah.
and then cover it with the clear packing tape, and then cut it out. So you've made yourself your own stencil. Put it on the towel, use even just, because Jeannine's using such a little amount of paint, you can just use what's left in your chalk paint can.
Like, I
And
have
then-
a little
yeah.
blob there, and I'm not going to use that all, like, at all. Right? So.
And that's how easy that
It's
is.
so easy.
So while she's doing that, I'm just going to show you another quick little thing you could do too. This is like a canvas from the dollar store. Again, you could personalize this. You could use anti-sewn chalk paint on it. You could use the colored waxes on it, whatever you already have at home. You could use the gilding wax on it.
So pretty.
This is just says joy. Really simple to do. But I mean, you could use the crackler, and you can really customize your own piece of art, right? But this
Yeah.
alone is really pretty. Makes
And
a
that's
great
just
little
using the
gift.
IOD stamps, right?
Oh yes, that is
Yeah.
the IOD stamps actually. Here's one in another color. And just how we've kind of aged it in with the dark wax.
Yeah. So pretty.
Yeah. So Iron Orchid Designs makes all these different stamps if you haven't been in. And one of the stamp collection is the different letters, so you can put together whatever you'd like it to say. That brings me to our next little craft here. This is one of Iron Orchid Designs' stamps, and they're all just this big to go on your pulls, right? But Lori had a great idea for us when we were on our retreat to customize and make our own prayer beads. So this is just a little piece of wood. Again, you can have a handy husband cut them, or you can buy them at the dollar store. And then you could stamp them with an iron orchid stamp. So this one is just pine needles.
It's a little house. I'm sure you can't see it, but they're so cute.
It's a matter of putting some ink on the stamp, stamping it, and then we had all different color strings to choose from if you have whatever you have at home, and some colored beads. Another great thing for kids to do. They love to bead and things like that. So, and then you just put this through.
Yeah, like,
I'm
you
not
try
gonna put
that.
that through there. Yeah, do I have a finished one? But basically, you take the piece of wood, stamp it, put some beads on a string, we tied this at the end, and then you're gonna pull this through, and of course I can't do it at the moment, and make a beautiful little prayer bead, right?
Could make a little.
Watching my husband, Katie, can you please slice a whole bunch of branches up?
Right? You could also turn it into a keychain. You could do a really long one as a garland.
Keychain,
Yeah.
like you had said, right? You could totally do that. And you could chalk paint this too if you wanted before you stamp it. But yeah, there's another idea. Well,
I'm done.
Are you gonna pull it off and show the reveal?
I'm scared. I did it really fast, you guys. If there's any problem, that's why.
Does anybody have any questions on painting fabric? Has anybody painted fabric before?
I know, this is all the funnest part.
I know. I'm like, it's still really wet. Usually I would wait till it's a bit drier, maybe. And I've got cardboard in between too, you guys, so I didn't say that, but there's a piece of cardboard in between the layers of the pillow.
You could also do this on a t-shirt.
Totally.
If you wanted to custom a t-shirt for your kids or something, right? Put a funny whatever.
Okay, so there's still a few little pieces on my stencil. I'm gonna need a little tool, a dental tool we use, just to pull those out. But yeah, so cute.
So then you'll just iron it.
Yeah, I'm gonna iron it.
And there you go.
Beautiful. So,
You've got
Clay,
something under there we wanted to show too.
Kate
Oh, right.
Klossme says not fabric, but soon tile. So somebody's gonna do their tile pretty quick. Nice.
I would love, we're redoing our kitchen, and actually that's something we'll talk about for the new year, is I'm going to be painting all my kitchen cabinets and sharing it with you step by step. So I'm nervous and excited to share that, but let's talk about this too.
This is actually a placemat that we sell, but wouldn't it be so easy to make this
Yeah.
with the chalk paint, right?
Yeah.
So this is burlap, and just lay your stencil on there, and swirl, stencil away.
Dab.
Swirl.
Tab swirl, and then they've just got a little pom-pom layer that they've sewn on the edge. That
Which
cleans
you
it
could
up.
just hot glue gun on it.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have to sew it.
Burlap, if you get it thick enough too, it's really good for upholstery. And then you can put a grain
Stripe.
on it to give it that kind of French look or whatever, but this is so easy to do and beautiful. Talking about easy to do and beautiful, this is another gift. Now you may have books at home already, or again, you can hit up a thrift store and just pick the ones that don't cost very much, and you can chalk paint books any color that you'd like, and again, use stencils and stamps to decorate them and do them up with some beautiful ribbon. This is one of the classes that Candace used to teach, and I believe in the new year we're going to set up some workshops online, so you'll want to keep watching for that, so that you can get all the supplies you need here, and then we can do something together on Zoom or virtual, yeah.
This is another book you made.
I did.
So pretty. So you used the air dry clay, right?
Yeah.
And
Again,
I
Iron
can
Orchid
see
Designs.
This piece, she's added to the book with the clay. So you can use these molds, put the clay in there, and attach it. And you use the stamps as well.
Yeah.
And chalk.
And again, just adding a little bit of the colored wax, just
it's the wax.
highlights, yeah.
Yeah.
So again, really beautiful. And one of the, I don't have it here, but one of the molds looks like keys, and you could put a little key. I think Candace, you did.
I did that on
and
mine.
it just
Yeah.
looked really beautiful. And I was thinking this morning too. Iron Orchid Designs has a Instagram and Facebook page, and they do some incredible videos. And they were taking all these molds and just putting them on a piece of earrings.
They made earrings out of them.
Oh.
Super cute.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's my next project.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just saw them putting together some beautiful things on just a piece of plywood. And,
Right.
And then painting it over, and it looked like an incredible tile. It was beautiful.
Well, like this is just a terracotta pot, and you've added
Yeah.
a little embellishment there and some chalk paint. Super easy.
There's an idea for your mantle too, is you could do a group, or even down the center of your table with the anti-slip chalk paint. You could do it in a color, add a little iron orchid mold on there, and then put little whatever in it. Little Christmas trees would look really pretty.
Oh, so pretty. Yeah. You're food safe as well, you guys, so you can use them for your cookies, I think, right?
You could, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
Or
They make
fondant
cookies.
and yeah.
Ah.
Does anybody follow Iron Orchid Designs, or because have
You
they tried
should.
any of them? Yeah. Here is another really easy, simple project to do, and this is really great to do with your kids as well. This is just an unfinished wood snowflake from the dollar store that we painted white with Annie Sloan chalk paint, and then used some of Annie's gilding wax to just kind of highlight the edges. This gilding wax is incredible. I've put it on pine cones, but yeah, I mean, you could just do anything with these.
Totally. So kid projects, another thing you can do that really is not going to cost you a whole lot of money, right?
Yeah.
These
This
rocks.
is incredible.
Okay, Lori just whipped these up yesterday. She's got a little collection of rocks and pretty things that she collects on her adventures. So she just put a piece of the transfer on here and one on here. And I mean, you could paint them first or whatever with your children, right?
So get out into the park,
Yeah.
find yourself some flat rocks. Remember back in the day we used to do, what were the ladybugs? We painted ladybugs.
Oh,
Did
right.
anybody paint ladybugs back in the day?
Back in the day, that's the big thing through
Right
the beginning
now,
of
right?
COVID. In the parks, you see them.
Oh, that's so
yeah,
cute.
so yeah, the
Yeah.
messages of hope
But this
and
is beautiful. You could
cheer.
leave this at your front door or on your desk, somebody as a gift, right? Like as a
Yeah.
paperweight or something.
Write a little
It's a
message.
Beautiful.
idea.
I just wanted to share this transfer too. You probably totally cannot see it, but it's Winter Song. It's a beautiful floral wreath in black, and you can paint it. So if you put that on your window and like not your front window, but a vintage window, and paint it up, so pretty. So
Very
pretty.
nice. What else? Well, I wanted to show you a little thrift store find here. So I have a collection of vintage ornaments. I'm sure there's lots of us out there who have vintage ornaments. And this is literally sitting in a little dish from the thrift store that we use the gilding wax on in silver. And this dome is a old light fixture.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
the super ugly, cheap
Right?
light
It's super
fixtures.
amazing,
Where
whatever.
did you find this?
And so I've got them different shapes, and I just turn them upside down, put gently my vintage ornaments in them, turn them upside down, and I have 3 different shapes and then little lights, and that way I can really appreciate all the colors and shapes of the vintage ornaments, and it's totally earth friendly.
Yeah,
Right?
recycling.
We're getting some thumbs up.
Yeah, like
Steffers,
that, yeah.
Mila, Teacher Debbie's on.
Well, you
Candy
know
Lee
what?
loves
I should
it.
take a picture of the 3 of them so that you see
Yeah.
what can be done. Now you might have. What about the clear vases that you get flowers delivered in or something like that? Anything that's hollow on one side that you can flip
Flip
over,
upside down.
put on grandma's plate or anything, and just fill it with something like this or whatever, right?
Yeah, so pretty.
That's my little idea.
Well, and you could also make your own snow globe with that as well.
You
Just
could
gluing
totally,
on
yeah.
your base.
Yeah.
Put your fluff in there and then flip it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, super cute.
How are we doing on time? Because I have one more thing I wanted to share, but I'm just not
Oh,
sure.
it's 9:56.
It's 9:56,
Oh my
people.
goodness. Okay, well, one last thing I want to show is this is, again, it's just a glass ball from this one's plastic actually, from the dollar store.
Okay.
And this is also, and what I did, hello,
Won't break.
on this last night, that's true, is I used Annie's
Here, let me hold this.
leaf, oh thanks.
Silver
The
leaf.
new silver leaf, it comes in gold, silver, and it comes in these little squares in here. You would open it up, and there's a silver leaf, and you put a little bit of the size or glue, you paint it on, thank you, Vanna. You paint it on, and then you tap, I was gonna show this, but we've run out of time. You put it over the your surface and then just pat it, and let it dry, and then you kind of buff it and smooth it. And I love how, I haven't done it really smoothly the way Annie did her bathtub.
Right.
Did you ever see that?
Yeah,
She used this
it's
on the
insane.
bathtub. But you can now put wax on it, clear and dark wax, if you want to antique it up, or you could just leave it like that. So if you have questions on any of the things we've showed you today, we're here all day.
Right? Come on down. We'll demonstrate on that other one. I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah, you want to come and try any of these things, please stop in. We're open Tuesday to Saturday. This is our last
10 to 5.
weekend before Christmas.
Yes.
And like we said, our last video for the year. So we just want to thank you guys so much for all your positive feedback and the few critiques of how we could do things better. We appreciate that as well. And for shopping local. We've got some exciting things for the new year, so we'll see our faces again in the new year. But anything else you want to cover?
Nope, just come on in, enter to win that Wendy's Whimsy Snowman.
There you
Let's
go.
see, Wendy's. That's it.
And Inga from Neufeld says Merry Christmas to you, Carrie.
Oh, well, Merry Christmas to everyone. Please stay safe. Love one another. Oh my God. And thank you for shopping local. See you next year.